Hello my friends, Grim here. I hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in to another D2 Resurrected video. We are throwing a bit of a change up at you today. We're putting Lasser on the bench, letting our main, our Windy Druid, have a bit of a break, and instead, we are asking ourselves what it is like to beat all of normal with KINEMIL'S All, which is a bit of a meme weapon. I'll explain the whole thing in detail momentarily, but you're about to see a breakdown of this item, of the build around it, which is actually a good Paladin leveling build generally, despite the weapon itself being a meme, and that will be followed by a highlight reel of our playthrough with normal. And if it's really easy, or really fun, or if you want to see it, I will see whether I can take this build into Nightmare as well. So thank you as always for tuning in. Let's begin talking about the namesake build-around weapon. KINEMIL'S All is a two-handed giant sword dealing 17 to 53 damage in this case, with 90% enhanced damage, which is a mid-roll, 144 to attack rating, which is above average, 6 to 38 fire damage, which is almost peak, 20 to mana, but above and beyond all, 6 to holy fire. I did not feel compelled to seek out a perfect version of this weapon, because 6 to holy fire is really what matters, and this just dropped organically as I was farming with my druid, as did every other item that this character is going to use on this playthrough, so none of it was sought out, none of it was specifically acquired for this project. I just saw this weapon drop, saw it for the first time, and became kind of fascinated by it, and hence this project was born. So plus 6 to holy fire for something that's available at level 23 is obviously pretty insane in and of itself. We ourselves are level 23, so we're at the earliest possible level to be able to use it. And as for the build, you guessed it, it is a holy fire build, so we have 17 base points into holy fire plus 6 from KINEMIL'S All, putting it to skill level 23. 1 point in might as a prereq. We've got 1 point for now into resist fire, but we will be maxing it secondarily. That is going to give us every 2 levels plus 1% to our maximum fire resist as a passive, without the aura needing to be active, which is pretty cool. But much more importantly, it is the primary synergy skill for holy fire, granting plus 21% rather, fire damage per level. Finally, our main attack is Zeal, so we've got 1 point into that and 1 point into Sacrifice for the prereq, and we'll also be pumping this to 5 somewhere along the way just for more efficient Zealing. I put a point also into Smite and Charge just for utility. Now that is a generally accepted good Paladin leveling build using just about any equipment, and of course plus 6 to holy fire on top of that is totally awesome, but the problem is, as mentioned, we're taking away the Paladin's beloved shield, his main raison d'etre, and, you know, generally two-handed weapons have to be really, really special to displace a one-handed weapon and a shield in this game. So despite the good build and the massive boost to holy fire from this, it is still kind of a meme due to the two-handed nature, but let's go over the rest of our equipment, which, as mentioned, was just stuff that as soon as I conceived of this project, I started kind of hoarding as I farmed on my main. We've got Dusk Deep, which looks really cool, a unique helm with a variety of stats, most notably all res 15. Twitch Throw, also unique, also looking super cool. I like this one a lot for increased attack speed, hit recovery, chance of blocking, and indeed the bonuses to strength and dex, which are necessary for us to wear some of our gear at this moment. For our amulet and ring slots, we are rocking Angelic Wings and double Angelic Halo, getting a nice partial set bonus. We also have access to the Angelic Armor for the full set. I'm going to be rotating gear throughout this playthrough. You may see us wear that at some point. As mentioned, for now, Twitch Throw is helping us to wear some gear. Ghoul Clasp is a rare plated belt that does a lot of things, including hit recovery and fire res, most notably, and 12 slots. We've got Blood Fists for heavy gloves, 30 faster hit recovery, 10 defense, 40 to life, a few other nice things, especially 10% increased attack speed, and Treads of Cthon for faster run walk, which is what we really care about, but also, I really love that 50 defense versus missile. And the slower stamina drain doesn't hurt as well. Remember, we're still in normal. stash is just full of random charms I've kept for self-use. I'm not going to break them all down as I'm talking. I'm just slowly hovering over them. A lot of them are very decent. A lot of them, or a few of them I should say, are actually ones that I was using on my main for quite a long time and found it easier just to transfer them here for the purposes of this playthrough, especially due to the low level requirement on some of them. And yeah, that's honestly a huge source of our character's power. And we've not neglected our Merc either. We've got an Act 1 Merc, just because it's cool. Haven't really done that before on a playthrough of any seriousness. We've got Nadir as a helm, Hawkmail for the armor, Ravenclaw for a longbow, and you have all kinds of other nonsense to look forward to in this mishmash of a stash that we've got, including for the Merc. I'll just go through it quickly. Rip Hook, Wizendraw, both on deck for the Merc. We've got Inferno Stride and Water Walk. For our boots, also Goblin Toe available to wear right now, but I am thinking I'm going to value the faster run walk a little bit more. For alternative armors, we've got Heavenly Garb. For alternative helms, we've got Rockstopper, Steel Skull, Vampire Gaze, Undead Crown. We're going to be styling in any or all of those. And lots of Blackhorn's face as well. Lots of other things. I won't go through the whole thing right now. You get the picture. And basically there's going to be a rotating cast of items besides KINEMIL'S All, which will remain our focus for as long as we can afford to have it that way. So thank you, as always, for watching. Let's get into some gameplay. So on our way to level 23, we did quests 1 and 2, and we found the Eye. So now, starting from the waypoint, it's time to find the brain in the Flayer dungeon. Look at this. As we get near them, they're just popping. You'll love to see it. If there's any enemy that deserves to just be popped without even getting a chance to fire their stupid little blowguns, it would be these guys. Champion pack of Slime Princes proves a little more tanky, but one proc of Holy Fire was taking about half of their health, if I'm not mistaken, and Zeal will do the rest. Oh, that's very satisfying, not gonna lie. We seem to be popping some from just about off the screen as well at times. It's obviously really, really nice. Between the faster run, and this is exactly the type of performance that I hoped for. It's exactly why I opted for the faster run walk on the boots, because stamina and run walk, you know, with Holy Fire doing the rest, we just kind of need to run. Just gotta run as fast as possible, and even left-clicking will be a bit of an uncommon occurrence, it seems. But the faster we can run, the faster they'll pop. Yeah, even these big, tanky, stone-skinned enemies go down pretty quick. Obviously, fire damage is helpful against that, but you get the idea. And that demonstrated how hard our actual attacks hit, too. So in the event that we ever actually need to do that, more than every now and then, that'll be very useful. This two-handed overhand swing with a little bit of zealing is also pretty aesthetically satisfying and rewarding to click with. Kurast Bazaar waypoint secured, and before we go down into the sewers, let's get this Lamb Essence Tome. Popping the Flesh Hunters before we even see them. Night Lord's definitely a little tankier. Battle Maid Serena, we meet again. Lasted longer than most. Alright, that's pretty cool in these sewers to be able to pop the zombies from right across the bridge. It's just free experience. On normal, we're not worried about the drops, but I guess if you see a worthy drop, you can go get that too. We're a little bit stronger with everything as well. We've secured the tome, given it to Alcor. He's given us some stat points, so between that and leveling up, we've got the full angelic set on, getting +1 skills from angelic wings in that regard, as well as a ton of other bonuses that we honestly really don't need. Looking a little bit different as well. I like the Twitch throw look, it's a little bit more unique, but this is a cool, like, traditional Paladin look as well. Despite our massively overcapped resistances, 132 bonus to poison, we are still getting hit hard by poison. It always seems to happen on normal, but other than that, I'm also going completely the wrong way as I'm talking. But besides that, everything's great. Entering Travincal. Let's see how we fare here against the Council. One nice thing I haven't mentioned yet. Durability, 46 out of 50. I'm not even confident that we began with a fully repaired weapon either. So obviously your melee characters are having to go back to Charcy all the time to find themselves a whetstone or however they repair weapons these days. Not us. Alright, Council, what you got? What you got? Guess we'll take care of these guys first. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, mercenaries are often victims of the Hydras. We saw that here. The Council themselves, though, despite a little lag, no big deal.
Light.
Made pretty short work of a relatively dangerous mix of foes. So far, so good in the Durance. Finding level 2 pretty quickly. Dolls and zombies popping just as easily as they have on earlier stages of Act 3. And grateful as always for my faster run walk and increased stamina. Alright, the coast is clear. Mephisto awaits. Kill Mephisto, don't mind if I do. But first, a few possessed blood lords. Mephisto's council. The Merc immediately falling to the Hydras. You hate to see that, but once again, not unexpected.
It's locked.
Ooh, gotta check every druid helm. Just out of pure principle, and now, on to Mephisto himself. Here we are struggling to hit a bit, but now that we're connecting, Holy Fire procs are decent, and the attacks are more than serviceable.
The Lord of Hatred shall darken the world no longer.
I always notice a power spike in the outer steps. Let's see if we notice that here. Specifically with how tanky the enemies are, and yeah, you know, we're faced with a relatively tanky bunch, but definitely noticing a lot more survivability here, as you tend to. I also wonder how we would fare with, like, a self-found build of this ilk. Let's say we found KINEMIL'S, which I don't even know is possible, early enough to use it like this, but didn't have other good uniques. We might also face danger not only from the tankiness of the enemies, but specifically when they're backed up by Gloam-type enemies. Speaking of tankiness and survivability, Venom Word's another early unique that we have access to. Maybe should have given it to the Merc before Mephisto. Maybe she would have lived to tell the tale. Balrog unique pack, chunking our health pool a little bit and taking a little while to die. We're in hell. Confirmed. Alright, maybe the Burning Souls aren't so bad. We do tend to one-shot them, it seems. Obviously, we've got a skill shrine, which helps, but they are just melting before the power of the Holy Fire. Really nice to see. As you all definitely taken a little bit longer to go down than I would expect. Let's see what our attack rating is against him. 82% chance to hit. Obviously, this is a notoriously tanky boss, but we do see the limitations, perhaps a little bit, of the otherwise overpowered Zeal Holy Fire combination when we're against bosses.
You see, it was I who told Diablo and his brothers about the Soul Stones and how to corrupt them.
Courtesy of Tyrael, we are now, boom, maxed out on Holy Fire. We'll start leveling Resist Fire as well. And I do wonder whether the remaining half or so of Act 4 will be easier or harder than the planes. I've noticed either way. It can go either way with different characters or parties while playing through the game. Sometimes Plains of Despair, Outer Steps, City of the Damned is actually harder than a River of Flame and Chaos Sanctuary. Obviously, sometimes it's the reverse. Let's find out. Pretty reasonably easy intro to the River of Flame, and noted benefit of popping the corpulents and other short-ranged or melee monsters from across the lava where they can't do anything about it. Oh god. Scary mob. But we melt them. We just kind of melt them, and if you see the minimap, you can see that Eliza is she's having some problems. We better go get her. Wow, I'm surprised how hard we hit Mephisto. He's another notoriously tanky one, but he was nowhere near as difficult for us to take down as you all are Mephisto. These Abyss Knights not really troubling us on this difficulty, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the River of Flame was indeed easier than the Outer Steps and so forth.
Impossible.
Oh yeah, we have to hit this thing. Let's see what we get. When I promised to use no items besides KINEMIL'S all, Hellforge Hammer and the Act 3 Flail don't count. Ethrune. Whoa, crazy. It's always so cool to see this happen, though. Gotta love this quest. Definitely feeling the power of the curses here in Chaos, but Socket Seeker is so holy and so mighty, it's just not true. And it does occur to me, as we strolled through the remainder of River of Flame, that maybe, just maybe, that skill boost you get from the Quest 1 reward is what makes a River of Flame seem easy compared to its predecessor areas. But I have also felt like, you know, even if that's true, I felt like I've strolled Chaos as well with other playthroughs compared to feeling that power spike more noticeably from Act 3 to Act 4 than you do from Act 4 first half to Act 4 second half. Again, it's all to do with the build, I'm sure. Holy Fire, obviously, just putting in just still enormous amounts of work, but I do feel the power of the curses when I'm doing the melee thing. And they are hitting just a little bit harder than the ones in River of Flame did, I think, mainly due to their numbers. Let's see how we do against this pack. Always a scary one. Didn't realize my Merc would be still fighting somebody. That was actually a big problem, because she gave no DPS and drew no aggro from the main pack while also dying. But hey, we got there. Well, we just kind of thoughtlessly face-tanked a whole bunch of pretty scary stuff and came out of it pretty well. Let's get that resist fire up even more nicely. And I've been hoarding a few stat points, but I just want to put some into vitality now that we're starting to get hit a little bit harder. Cool to see fire resist spiking to 77 max as well. Alright. Nicely done. Just for fun, we're kiting Venom Lords to see how that works as a strategy. And then when they start focusing the Merc, we can step in. But that actually worked pretty well. Perhaps I should be doing that a little bit more than I have been. Let's do it again. Oh no. Eliza didn't get the memo. When does she ever? And down she goes again. Well. Take on the Stormcasters without her, but then we should probably get her for Diablo, just to see how the whole thing works, so she doesn't miss too much more EXP. Might have to trade her in if she keeps this up.
Not even death can save you from me.
Gotta make it look cool, we're doing the close-up Diablo fight. And we're taking him down relatively quickly. When that sword connects, it's nice. 66% chance to hit him. Fittingly enough, I suppose. He's dropping us a Ral rune. Take a look at the belt as well. Act 4 has been conquered, with the only hiccups really being in the form of the mercenary dying. Love saving as many barbarians as possible here in Act 5, and the tankiness has certainly cooled down a notch after seeing the beefiness of Act 4. Act 5's got a lot of tough ranged opponents, but but yeah, but Holy Fire. Down goes Shank easily enough. Socket Seekers. Socket has been secured. And now on to my possible single favorite monster to farm, Eldritch the Rectifier. This guy is so good to me on hell difficulty with my main. Here he's a little more medium about everything, but can't win them all. Oh, he did not want to be fought. Alright. 2 down, 1 to go, not too bad. Some tasty EXP, and we even found the Ariat Plateau waypoint, which I notably often fail to find. I think before I've declared it the hardest to find waypoint in all of Diablo. And I have to say, just like in Act 3, I don't think I've ever had it as easy as I do here. Just playing through questing out in the open areas specifically. That was true for this build in the jungle. And it's true for the Cold Plains, not Act 1 Cold Plains, the rugged terrain of Act 5, definitely sweet, but just like we encountered a little more difficulty in the beginning of Act 4, maybe we're in for such things here in the icy tunnels, we shall see. Moonlord's really chopping me up a little bit there, but if we kite them around a little bit more, that's probably the way to fight those. Suppose I'm a Paladin, I should pick up that rare Grand Scepter, but we all know I'm sticking with the all. Frozen River seems pretty easy. I know this can be a challenging area for some builds on some difficulties relative to other parts of Act 5, but we seem very well suited. Nothing here especially tanky, is it? Rosenstein kind of winning the duel against me there without the help of the Holy Fire proc and Elisa, who hasn't died yet in Act 5, by the way, is DPS, just in terms of trading blow for blow. We were on the wrong end of that. Frozenstein OP. Let's rescue Anya. And it also occurs to me, you know how the Rotwalkers come back? I wonder, because I believe when these self-reviving enemies come back, they do not get new drops that they generate, but they do generate experience. So I wonder if I could just AFK after having fully cleared the Frozen River in an area with a lot of Rotwalkers and just harvest, not infinite experience, but infinite experience up to a certain point. Kind of an interesting thought. Not gonna do it, though. Oh, it's just such a pleasure. Glacial Trail, totally uneventful. Now we got a skill shrine to make matters even worse for our hapless opposition. think the doors breaking open is my very favorite thing about this whole situation. Literally just running this whole area, which I have never done before with any build on any difficulty, because it's fun. And also, in what seems to be a fruitless attempt to level up Eliza, she has done well to cut out the dying. However, her experience is really lagging behind mine. I'm not exactly sure why. I think maybe I'm a little bit too far ahead of her a lot of the time, getting a lot of kills that are basically off-screen for me. And if I'm running faster than her, and if she hasn't caught up yet, or if the AI is making her lag further behind than she normally would, then she's just not getting in on the XP. She's obviously died a few times. I expect her to be a little further behind, but she's not catching up. She's falling further behind than she already is. So I'm going to go back and replace her before we get too close to the Ancients, and maybe even check out and see what this unique is. Alright, we're giving Elisa a break. She's had enough. We've got Wendy now, who's level 28 just like us, and that means that she can use one of the bows. Wisendraw is what we've had here in the stash, and the one we just found is Stormstrike, and they both seem really good. They both look about the same to me as somebody who hasn't played Amazon or with Act 1 Mercenaries to any real degree before. Both are vastly better than the Ravenclaw that Eliza was using. I am going to go for Wisendraw, simply because we have Cold Arrow, and it's a little bit more synergistic and thematic, but maybe we'll try both over the course of finishing up normal here. And a gear update for us, we are now high enough to wear Heavenly Garb, so we've broken up the Angelic set, but become even more holy, and I have to say this arguably looks the coolest of all three armors we've used so far. We also unlocked Blade Buckle, which seems like an awesome, awesome belt for this exact level. We can also use Undead Crown, but after having looked at it, we're not really hitting things that much, and thus the attack rating bonuses, the life stolen per hit, the things that make it really good are actually not that relevant at the moment, although that may change if our Holy Fire stops carrying us so much. For now, I think I prefer the Dusk Deep for the all-res 15, damage reduced by 7 type of stuff. Definitely pretty nice still, even at this stage. I would put Undead Crown on Wendy, but she can't use that yet. Alright, Ancient, so what you got?
We are the spirits of the net.
Madoc goes down super quick. Followed closely by Corlick. Wendy, get out of here. I can feed her a potion, I guess. Okay then, seems good to me. Hey, I looked down and Inferno Stride procced as a Moonlord hit me. Let's go. Or Deathlord, excuse me. Worldstone was astonishingly easy. Hey, more Inferno Stride. This is super cool. Absolutely love it. My Merc is even leveling now. It's all coming together. Those Deathlords were the only thing that gave me any type of issue. Let's see how the waves are. taking any chances with Wendy this time. Oh, come on. Okay, she made it. Wendy OP. Now here, and on the next wave, I'll be worrying a little bit more about myself. That was a very timely level up. Here's where I wish I invested a few more points into zeal. But Holy Fire carries once again. We'll level up resist fire. I'm saving some stat points. We'll put 5 into vitality. Still got 15 chillin' though. Oh no, I did not notice Wendy's position. She got absolutely trapped. Well, these guys are a problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is get a portal down. And the next thing I'm going to do is kite them around a little bit. Get a bunch of Holy Fire procs. They're going to curse me, though, because they have a plan for this. But Holy Fire's taking care of them. Oops, didn't even mean to go back to town. Right when I had Inferno Stride procced. I guess we'll get her back. I don't know if I should bother. She may just get insta-gibbed, but let's find out. A noble sacrifice, Wendy. Well, Holy Fire at least gives us a way. Ah, I thought you could go behind the throne. I've never been in this position before. They're spreading out. They're getting smarter. Alright. I need to try to just actually fight just one of them. This seems to kind of be working. I don't know if they have any kind of regen or anything. But obviously if I can fight one, that'll go quicker. Oh boy. Here's where we really meet our match, my friends. Can I kill that one? Yeah, okay. Ooh. They getting angry now. This is kind of hilarious. Alright, 3 to go. We're getting there, we're getting there. Alright, Lister. I'm gonna go get... what's her name? So we're gonna want her for baal anyway. Let her get that Lister EXP.
You have... Afternoon.
Oh. There he is. I was like, did he die on his own? Was my fire secretly poison all along? Alright, we did it. It was ugly. Well, I guess I'll want a portal in the chamber proper.
The Worldstone. Praise the light.
Praise the light. Let's go. Alright, Holy Fire really taking him down in a respectable way. Not overly impressive, but respectable, I would say. Try to keep Wendy alive as best as I can. Teleports do not avail you against Holy Fire. There we go. Alright, friends. That's it. That's a KINEMIL'S
You
all.
shall no longer taint this mortal realm.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's our KINEMIL'S all holy fire build on normal. That was extremely fun. I can officially recommend it, just for a change of pace. Obviously, it would be arguably a lot better if you had, like, equally good, unique one-handed weapon and shield for the level while following the holy fire build, but we did the meme. It was awesome. Yeah. I'm gonna take some loot. Because we earned it. Alright, guys. If you have any thoughts on what you saw here, or other ways to get through normal like this, wielding the mighty KINEMIL'S all, please do let me know. Otherwise, what I really want you to let me know as well is whether you'd like to see us take this build into Nightmare. Was this type of video fun for you? If so, would you like to see more of it? Thank you again for watching. I look forward to talking to you in the comments section. Make sure to stay tuned for other Diablo 2 videos, and I'll see you next time.
I am impressed, Merc. You have overcome the greatest challenge this world has ever faced and defeated the last of the Prime Evils.